ready?
Okay. That was intense. Hi, everybody. This is Purple Couch Conversations with your host, Cal. You know how I am over here. There. I got it. Cal Marshall. So tonight we are having a conversation, and it's all about the ladies. Tonight it is ladies' night, and something's right. So we have a few people coming in. Some special guests who are special and dear to me. This is the month of Endometriosis Awareness Month, as well as Women's Health Awareness Month and Women's Empowerment Month. And me, myself, I've already told you guys, I'm a son, so I don't have a lot of knowledge on what it's like to be a woman or go through womanhood or go through the intricacies of becoming a gorgeous woman. So what I wanted to do this evening was bring some women up who are so amazing, super talented, entrepreneurial, and just great chicks. So tonight, our first guest is going to be Danielle Carpenter from Chicago, Illinois. Danielle, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Thank you so much for joining us tonight.
No problem.
Awesome. So, Danielle is a female entrepreneur who is also the CEO of her own cigar business. She is a female cigar catador. And for those of you who may not know what a catador is, that is a person who is a sommelier of cigars, essentially. An expert and someone who definitely knows their way around them. So, with you being a cigar sommelier and someone who brings people together for cigars, can you please let me know a little bit about what you're doing and how you are treating Chicago and your city?
So my name is Danielle Carpenter. I am the founder and owner of Relax, the Cigar Network for Women. We have been established for 1 year on January 28th, 2020. We started last year, and we have grown from 30 women to now 340 some odd women, and we're still growing, especially like today, we're still growing. And I'm just trying to change the cigar culture for women. One cigar at a time. I always say I'm just a small girl from the west side of Chicago trying to change the world one cigar at a time. So my job is just to, bring knowledge and help bring knowledge to the community and bring peace as well. So that's what I do. And I'm just trying to do the same in Chicago.
I love that so much. Now, our second guest of the evening is a amazing friend of mine. She, oh my word, I met this beautiful woman when I moved to Los Angeles, and she sang with everybody. I mean, everybody. One of the most beautiful voices ever. And she has worked with Ella Mai. Oh, I almost gave the wrong folks. We ain't gonna do that tonight. Ella Mai and so many more. So I'm bringing my friend Aphrodite, who was my first baby mama of Los Angeles. Hey, baby mama.
Yes. Hello. How are you guys?
Doing well. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Now,
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Now, Dottie is in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yes, I am.
So we got the South, the West Coast, and the Midwest all on one call. Isn't that beautiful?
It
It's
is. That's
wonderful.
great.
It's wonderful.
I love
Here's the thing, ladies.
Chicago. I think
Huh?
people in
What you say?
Chicago. I love Chicago. People in Chicago always have people from Memphis, and Memphis always have people from Chicago. I don't know how, but everybody always have family in both. So I got a lot
Yeah,
of love for Chicago.
definitely. Definitely.
Intermingles and intertwines so much. It's that Southern hospitality that just bleeds on over.
For sure.
So tonight, I know that I'm a fella, and I have my ladies up here to educate me and so many other more men who may need some education. So because of that, I couldn't come up here alone, right? I brought my homie with me tonight. My other special guest is Mr. AJ Calloway. Come on, Mr. AJ Calloway. He's on the purple couch. Come on, y'all give him a hand.
What's up, everybody?
And Mr. Calloway is a photographer to the stars. He has worked with Jessica White.
Oh, I've worked with so many artists, entertainers. In terms of photography, I've done a lot. Album covers, you name it. I remember the one time I shot you, Aphrodite.
You know what? Oh wow! But it was a show. It was a show.
It was a soul spot.
Yeah.
And I caught a picture of you. Shout out to the soul spot.
Shout out to the soul spot.
And the soul spot, I don't know what that is, you all. I'm from Chicago.
Oh my God.
Remember that?
That's lit. Oh my
Yeah, I know, right?
Crazy.
What's the soul spot? Y'all got a tip.
Dope thing that a good friend Jeremy Irwin does in LA. Man, he brings out a good crowd. It's a good vibe. And you know, he just has people that sings, that loves music, that loves to get together every now and then, and they bring it under the umbrella of LA Soul Spot. So it's pretty cool.
Well, I'm gonna say, hey Jeremy, I hopefully one day I'll talk to you. Hopefully one day. But girl, you look amazing. So we're gonna get into this real talk because there's so many women out here who have so many things in common.
Yeah.
And I know that the first thing that we aired earlier this week was sort of kind of serious, sort of kind of heavy. And we talked about some serious things in that topic. That was endometriosis. Yeah. That is so crazy that Marilyn Monroe, Whoopi Goldberg, Chrissy Teigen, Lena Dunham, and so many major people who we see on TV every day have and suffer from this disease. But it seems like it's one of those diseases that no one really talks about. And what I wanted to do was, since this is Endometriosis Awareness Month, I wanted to bring some women together who could give me some insight into how this affects them mentally, spiritually, holistically, and exactly how it impacts you in your life, not just from the physical aspect that we know and see and can read about, but what really goes on for a woman that goes through this. So I guess my first question that I want to ask you all, and I'm, as a woman, how has endometriosis affected you all? And whoever wants to go first can go, you know.
You can go ahead, love. You want to go first?
Well, it has definitely affected my life tremendously with me having a brand and not being active in the community that I work in, that's missing events, miss hanging out with my ladies that are part of the network and so many other things. And, you know, it definitely put business and life on hold when having this. So it definitely took a toll.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd agree with that. Being for the last 7 years a professional background singer for different people, being on the road, that has been, you know, something that I had to really adjust to. I think that before I moved and before I started touring, I just thought it was something that I could deal with. And when I say something, I mean endometriosis is a very painful disorder. I want to start by saying that I don't think a lot of people know what the disorder is. And if I may really quickly just to explain, endometriosis is where your uterine lining grows outside of your uterus. And normally for women with I'd say a healthy, productive, reproductive system, they break it down during their menstrual cycle. It's normally broken down and it comes to your menstrual cycle. Well, for us, it does not break down easily. In fact, it does not exit our body and it wraps around our organs. Most commonly our fallopian tubes, our ovaries. You develop cysts, and it becomes just just very hard to deal with, very painful. Um, it's literally like going through through labor every month. And so if you have anything you have to do, like living a regular life, for much of your life, you have to deal with that. In fact, you deal with pain with endometriosis, not just during your menstrual cycle, but throughout. You can have pain, you can have spotting, you can have bleeding, you can have fatigue, nausea, whole host of symptoms that comes with endometriosis. It's very debilitating, but women are so strong. And what we do is we keep going. So that's why it's not talked about a lot. It's not very common. We don't rally a lot because it's just seen as being a period. It's hard and boom, boom. But I'm really glad you're bringing awareness to it because it's something that needs to be talked about a lot more.
I have a question for you. With you all going through this as women, how having a monthly cycle is a step into womanhood. And it's like this glorious thing that girls look forward to say, that makes me a grown woman. And it's the thing that you look for. But what happens when it starts to come late? What happens if it does not come? What happens if it comes too heavy? When do you know that, when should you realize, or when should you ask yourself, is this normal, or should I go get help? Or should I go look for something? Like when was that moment for you two?
Okay, you want to go ahead?
So for me, I never experienced that. So I never I never had a monthly in my entire life. And so if it will come or any bleeding will come or anything, it will be like, oh, am I starting? And it's not. It'll happen like a couple of hours, little spots in here and there, then it'll stop. So for some women, they get that. For me, I won't get that at all.
Mm-hmm.
Did you still get the other symptoms of it, like of a monthly cycle, like the soreness and the tenderness?
None of that.
Yeah, and see, that's a common misconception about endometriosis, is that everyone has the same symptoms and that it all looks the same. It doesn't. So like for women, like my sis up here, she did not experience a period. It was restricted, actually, did not come, and it was just almost null and void, right?
Right.
For me, I could come on my cycle for 2 and 3 weeks at a time. I could come on my cycle heavily. I could literally have a month full of dealing with menstrual cycle issues, from premenstrual to actual menstrual to post-menstrual. A continual thing. So yeah, there's an extreme, there's a spectrum. And I think it's extreme on each side, because the biggest impairment is infertility, right? And if you cannot have your cycle, you can't have a child. If you're coming on your cycle too much and you're having irregular periods throughout that, it's hard to conceive as well. So I think that, that's a thing that's one common thing that I think women can look to, just in case they don't have the same symptoms. One of the biggest impairments of endometriosis is infertility. So that's something that women can look to if they are trying to figure out, well, okay, I don't bleed that much, so maybe I don't have endometriosis. Okay, well, I don't get nausea. Maybe I don't have it. Or, well, I bleed a lot, but it's cool. It's heavy or whatever. We have a lot of ways that we coddle ourselves and say we all right, we women. You know what I mean? But that's something that people should look to. Yeah, and definitely that should be a sign.
Well, My question now, my next thing to ask, because this is all new to me. So I'm like, I got you all here. You all are the experts.
Oh,
And
Lord. I am not an expert.
listen,
Ain't no PhD over here, okay?
Oh, I know that's right. Look, y'all go to the doctor, okay?
Y'all go
Look,
to the doctor.
come on, somebody. Right.
You know,
Wait.
Chicago, I will tell you to my doctor.
Let me say this. Everyone who's listening here, if you've listened prior to this point or post to this point, you have been under a disclaimer. We are not doctors. We are not people who can tell you what to do. If you have a problem, you go see whoever you feel comfortable and who you feel strongest in seeing. If that is Jesus, a doctor, a Chinese man, whoever it is you need to go to. You do what you got to do. But just know
Chinese man.
I'm over here trying to get it done, okay?
Not the Chinese man.
Please,
Amen.
doctor. Yeah.
We babe. Speaking of the Chinese man, Dottie, I know you are more of a holistic girl.
Yeah.
What, and I don't know about you, Danielle. Are you a holistic? Are you more holistic as well?
Not as much. I
Okay.
don't have.
What are there any holistic remedies?
Not as much knowledge.
Gotcha.
As a lot of people have, yeah.
What would you say? Are there any natural remedies or holistic things available for this, for endometriosis, or for
the thing about endometriosis is it could actually become a problem that's something you need to definitely seek medical attention for. Now, I don't want to stray anyone from doing that. I want to say that I deal with things holistically because I have found that it just works better for me. And through my family history of endometriosis, my mother had endometriosis, so did my great aunt. My mother had a full hysterectomy right after me at the age of 32. So, and she wanted more children, but had difficulties, and a lot of women in my family have had reproductive difficulties. I think for me, I would just say women need to definitely read, study, listen to their bodies, do what's best for them, but try things before you go to taking medicine that you may become dependent on. And I don't mean in always addicted, but dependent on every time you come on mentally and psychologically, you go to these drugs that could have adverse effects on you in the long term. And that could be over-the-counter medicine or prescribed medicine. For instance, my pain tolerance is high, but my pain level each month is so bad and has been since I was 15 years old when I was told this news, that I have to down 4 Advils at a time every 2 hours, or I am in glitching pain, where I'm not able to function. I'm not able to walk. I may not be able to eat. I may not be able to, sorry, we getting candid, but bowel movements. You can't, you may all types of things happen to you. Headaches, hot flashes, mood swings, and honestly, it's always been a joke over time, but it's very serious. Your hormones are through the roof. They're crazy. It's almost like you're with child every month, though you're not. And when you have endometriosis, your uterus is contracting as if you are in the early stages of labor. And that's every month. Now, my sister up top, she has not experienced that. So that's what I'm saying. Her spectrum is no,
I get high hormones,
which is crazy.
I get the high hormones. The high hormones be on and popping. So, like, I feel sorry for my guy. I feel sorry for him. So, the hormones be high.
You mean like put a hurting on him?
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, somebody better watch out now.
In trouble.
It's only one. It's only one. It's only one.
Watch out now.
With us talking about that, with that situation coming up in real life, leads us to the next question. Come on, walk us down the road, yeah. has this caused an effect on your mental, physical, or spiritual health? Now we know physically it has, I know, but mentally, what has endometriosis?
Oh,
Endometriosis.
I'm sorry, endometriosis. What has endometriosis done to your life physically and spiritually? Has it affected you, and how has it affected you? And how you got to it? Come on.
So I went through in I went through endometrial cancer, and I was diagnosed with that on January 20th. And I had my surgery on March the 1st. Now, it definitely took a toll on me mentally and spiritually during the months leading in to preparing for surgery. And I had the full hysterectomy, which is taking out the uterus, for burning fallopian tubes, keeping ovaries. Now they could have took that, but they didn't want me to go through menopause. But going through that, it definitely took a toll mentally and spiritually. Like, you question why am I going through this, or why did God give me this heavy burden? And I remember in surgery, and I asked one of the doctors, the resident doctors, to play Richard Smallwood, "Trust Me," and I felt a peace, and it wasn't the drugs that they had given me. I felt the peace that I was in God's hands, and I was fully able to trust Him in that moment. And here I am today, still recovering and getting ready for my birthday, but still,
Nah.
still trusting. But it definitely takes a toll. Some women go through strong depression and strong anxiety, and this is not for the faint of heart at all.
I don't.
This is not for the faint of heart.
It don't sound nothing I could even deal with if I had to.
Let me ask you a question. In dealing with this type of situation, is it something that makes you kind of like look back and just reflect on just being a woman in general? Because I can imagine it seems like when you meet most women, like they want to have a family and things like that.
Mhm.
And I don't know if that has like a mental toll on you where it just feels like, damn.
Well, for me, I want to say recently it had a toll, because I always said throughout the years, and anybody can tell you, Danielle don't want no kids. Like, that ain't what she wants. Danielle does not want children at all. But it definitely took a toll. But I had the understanding, the mindset of saying, I do not want children. Mentally, I cannot handle children as much as women. Some women can handle children. I can't. So I was comfortable of living with that. When we planned surgery, I was asked, "Do you want to go through hormonal therapy to try to have a baby within a year and everything?" I said, "Come on, let's have the surgery." So, but during the times of recovering, I had those thoughts like, damn, I really my uterus just left. My sense of womanhood has left my body. So.
How about you, Doc?
that was powerful. Wow.
It was.
Well, you are definitely still a woman because your soul is.
Yeah. I still want.
Absolutely, you are through and through.
Yeah.
And
Sure enough.
and that we've learned recently scientifically that doesn't define you as a woman, but biologically though you are a woman. So that's your soul. And I just wanted to say that, but that's so tough. And I'm sorry, you can say something.
Go ahead. You keep going. You're talking good.
That's very tough to deal with as a woman because Yes, I think as a woman, you think about having children. You think about, you know, having your own kids. You know, reproducing, being pregnant. I think that's just something some women
Mhm.
do. Not all women do. Let me be very clear. Some women have never seen themselves having kids. For me, I did see myself having children. I still see myself having children, but I see myself having children in a different way, and it's something that I've had to accept over time. And I think that when you get to a certain stage of your endometriosis, you have to accept what it is, and it can no longer burden you. But yes, as a woman, in the beginning, it's troubling. I dealt with that. I was told at 15, like I said, and everybody was like, keep praying, blah, 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 which y'all, keep praying. That is true. But endometriosis is very real, and you can pray, but you have a diagnosis that's very serious, and so my uterus, my tissue is wrapped around a few of my organs. My fallopian tube is one of them. It won't even pass through, to impregnate me. And then if sperm did, it can't lodge in my uterus wall because I have so much scar tissue from having endometriosis. So a baby just essentially dies, which I have had miscarriage before. So things like that is so troubling. It's very sad. Now, I am in a same sex marriage. So for us, we had to think about alternatives anyway. But it wasn't and it has not been such a burden, not just because of that, but because I accepted it a while ago. And the thing is, I want to tell women is that you asked about it spiritually. So spiritually for me, I learned that my soul came here this time, this plane, in this
No, I
realm.
was going to bring that up. What we talked about. Go ahead.
Here we go, because this is what I want to tell women.
This the
It's so
part.
important. Yeah, it's really
This the
important.
part.
Is that my soul, your soul, our souls came here in this realm, um possibly not to be someone's mother that we birth, but to
Physically.
mother someone who's already here, because there's so many children that need that, and there's a lot of mothers who aren't mamas. and
Hello.
so and so us being so nurturing, not just because of who we are as women, but because we have the burden of going through what we've gone through, and because the gift of life is actually precious to us. Imagine adopting a child. Imagine having a baby that someone had to give up for whatever reasons. That ain't my business or my judgment, but have to give the baby up, did give the baby up, and now I get to love it. What a blessing. And being prepared with a heart to do that, because not everybody can be an adopted parent.
Come on.
Adopted parent, that's not everybody's job either. Some women and men can't see themselves loving somebody else's child, but I can. That's the gift that I have. So learning that it's not a curse but a blessing, it just in another form, just in another way. I'm fine with that, and I have made my peace with that, and I hope a lot of other women can do the same thing. Understand that in other lifetimes you might have had 50 children.
Hmm.
Okay, that's that, and see that's a whole nother conversation.
That's a
But
whole nother
here in this
conversation.
life, when you chose to come here, when your soul came here for your soul's journey, for whatever reason, it was not to have children now. And throughout that process, my goodness, to have something like cancer, like she did. I mean, my God, you don't say, okay, God, all right, I chose that, my soul chose that. Well, it goes deeper than that for whatever reason, but her soul overcame that. She's here to tell the story, and for whatever reason, she just helped a bunch of people who's watching this right now. So it's all things in purpose, and I'm appreciative for your story. And
I am as well. Thank you so much for
that's what I
sharing.
Thank you. No problem. I want someone to continue to heal.
And that's the whole thing. That's why the Purple Couch conversations were started. To really just bring about things that people can talk about that people don't normally talk about, but also bring about life. Because just because we have situations in our life that put us down, situations in our life that give us trials and tribulations and challenges,
Mhm.
it does not mean that you are the challenge. it was a moment. It's not your story.
True.
And so in those moments, we find ourselves like trying to find our purpose. And even for me, I've gone through stuff in life that hasn't been as extreme. Can't compare what you guys have gone through. But what I can say is in those really hard trials and moments of my life, when I've been like just pushed against the wall and really didn't know what to do, that's when I really found that the direction of my purpose, it was really brought to me. It was really made clear. And I've had revelations and evolutions within my purpose and my destiny because I start to see more and more as things start to unfold. So with that, because I thought I was going to always be singing, I never thought I'd be here talking to y'all on this, really getting into conversations for real. So because of that, has there been a repurpose or a evolution or a revolution within your purposes and your goals while dealing with endometriosis, and in life in general?
Oh, okay. Okay. A repurpose. I don't know. I just think a refocus. Trying to really zone in on my health and stop ignoring it. I think is really important. And what she just said really woke me up. Really, really, really did, because there's been some there's just some symptoms that I should not ignore, but I have. So that just woke me up, and I think that's the only thing. Just refocusing and trying to put that first, and understand that things can wait. You know what I mean? That's something that I'm trying to do now. So yeah.
I totally agree with you. Definitely, I would say the same. A refocus. Do not ignore the signs. The signs are there, and even when you see them, don't push them under the rug. Be concerned about your body. When something happens, if it's random bleeding, random spotting that you know that you have never experienced before, go and talk to your gynecologist.
Yeah.
Go and talk to someone, your primary care doctor, and say, "Hey, something has happened. I need some help."
Now I have a question for you all. Fibroids
Mm-hmm.
and endometriosis, are they related?
No.
No.
But you can't have both.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, African American women are more likely to have both. Am I correct?
Yeah. Yeah. We're more likely to have multiple reproductive issues for some reason.
So I had in my uterus when they took it out. They gave me a picture of it.
Mm-hmm.
My fibroid was like the size of this,
My God.
and it was sitting in the uterus.
Wow.
So had I not done the surgery, the cancer would just spread it quickly. So we're thankful for it being stage 1A,
Thank God.
grade 1.
Thank you, Lord.
And so I was going to share this tomorrow, but on Tuesday when I went to my post-op appointment, I was told I was cancer free.
All right.
Wow.
So
Well, I gotta say happy birthday for that girl.
You gonna make me cry.
don't cry.
I got me over here low key. I'm trying to be all tough and stuff and not break down, but y'all got me over here getting emotional, unexpectedly getting emotional with y'all. It's all about the ladies tonight. Y'all got this estrogen flowing all through here and stuff.
Yeah. And you know the funny thing is I've seen it firsthand. Even in my own family.
Girl, don't do that. Don't do that on me.
Sorry. I'm a Virgo. I'm sensitive. Look, that just told me up. Don't be giving me no good reports.
Go ahead, get it. You better get your crown, girl.
Ooh, that was good.
Get your crown, yes, honey. Only on this show can you come in and get some tears, laughs, baby. Only here.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean
I'm
to interrupt you, AJ.
Ooh.
No, it's fine. I was just saying, I personally have experienced, seeing this in my family. Some of the women in my family have suffered some similar things. I've seen some hysterectomies happen. I had a younger cousin who died of, I guess that cervical cancer or something you can get.
Yeah.
I guess from having sexual intercourse too young or something. I don't know, or too many I don't know, whatever it is.
Mm-mm.
No,
No.
I don't. No, that's
No,
not.
baby,
That's not a
no.
representation.
I don't know what it's called, but it's something that some young men had in them, and they giving it to young ladies.
Well, okay, you're
So,
talking about HPV, and that can happen at any age.
Yeah.
They just push off the vaccine for HPV at about 16. So,
Yeah.
trying to they say that the vaccination prevents you from having
Yeah.
HPV, but it also makes you infertile. Just
Yeah.
want to put that out there. So,
Go get shot.
Oh.
wow, I didn't know that.
yeah, I do not recommend the Gardasil and none of those. They make you infertile. It's well documented and well known. Don't take my word for it, but pushing those
Go look it up on your
HPV
own because ain't nobody on here ready.
pushing those
But I
HPV
have a question for you, Dottie.
Yeah.
Because with you, your lifestyle. Let's get into your lifestyle. I'm gonna get into it a little bit. Can I tiptoe
Go
down?
on in, honey. Dig on in.
So you have been a touring backup singer for some of the world's biggest names.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I be feeling weird. I don't know.
Well, that's your friend. But here is my question for you.
Okay.
When you're going through this situation and all of the things that you've expressed, how does that affect you on the road? Like when you're at home and you can go to the Walgreens and you got your own house comfortable, but when you're like tell us what's the story of dealing with this, a woman who has an active lifestyle who's like literally on the go, out the country, out the state. You don't even be home for more than 3 or 4 days usually. If it wasn't for the you'll be working.
Lord. Well, listen, thank God for that. Hopefully when they open everything back up, we get back to moving again.
Amen.
But you know what, being on the road, I had to learn a few things. I had some trial and errors, honey. Being caught out the country without what you necessarily need, the things that you are used to, can be an issue. Just for instance, if you're in London, they don't have Aleve. They have London based, products. If you are in Asia,
Wait, but what should you
have,
get if you're in London?
huh?
What should you get if you're in London?
Well, if you're in London, you need to go to one of the local drugstores, which they're mostly inside of malls, and they look much like convenience stores, but they are their drugstores. And you go in there and you just ask them for pain medicine, but they're just not gonna say or look the same. Some they just have different brands. That's all. And sometimes they do carry American brands. It just depends on where you are. You know what I mean? But I mean, if you're anywhere in Asia, they're not gonna have, you need to have your own things. Especially sanitary napkins, sanitary products. They're not the same. They don't look the same. You really know what you need. Sometimes you need wings, you need this. I am a heavy bleeder. Sorry, full discretion. I'm very heavy. I need to be fully protected. I'm on stage for an hour. If I'm on my cycle, I need to make sure that I'm good, that I'm not embarrassed at the end of this. So you need to, if you are traveling, you need to take your products with you. And when you have endometriosis, you don't know when you're coming on your cycle. So you can't be like, oh, well, I'm only on tour for, what I'm saying, from March 2nd to like March 9th, I'll be good because I don't come on to the 15th. You will be sadly mistaken when you get on tour. Your stress gets high and it kicks in your menstrual cycle. It's the 5th and you left all your products at home somewhere in Malaysia. You know what I mean? So you have to figure out what to do. So for me, I learned to just prepare. And when you have endometriosis, you need to prepare. Don't ever think that when you're out, it can't happen. I mean, you almost need to carry things with you all the time, which is so, you know what I mean? Like, I would love to just carry cute little clutches and, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean? I have to make sure that I'm good different times. So, then you learn your body. You get older and you learn your body, and you can relax a little bit more. You know what I mean? But you just don't know a lot of the time. It will switch up on you for sure. Yeah.
So
Very unpredictable.
we have a couple more questions. If anyone has any, oh my Lord, I'm so sorry, y'all. I just saw we have comments. Hey, Sakia said, hey, girl, Sakia Chantel Garrett. Nicole, Nikki LS, hey sis. So y'all can see everybody. Hey Corey. Thank y'all. Oh,
Nikki and Shakia are part of Relax, the Cigar Network for Women, and Nikki is our official DJ.
oh
So-
nice.
Oh.
Nice.
So
Well, listen, Miss Nikki, you need to make sure you get some of Aphrodite. This thing always there you go. You know, y'all know I'm a little get some of her. Get some of her music in your camp. Get some of
Yes,
Danielle's
please.
music in your camp so you can play her stuff. Please play
While
Danielle.
y'all rolling up them good
I
cigars.
ain't got no music out here in these streets.
Okay. Well, in that case, you know that's how I be right. I just be pointing. Okay. You can get my music out in these streets, okay?
Period.
Yeah, get some Cal music out here in these streets.
You know.
But if you guys are available, Cal and AJ, y'all are welcome to my birthday party. It's virtual, but she will be DJing. So y'all come have a good time. Bring your own libations and bring your own situationships and stuff.
Baby, it's gonna be up there. Listen, I'm gonna walk in there like tonight is the night. Yeah.
Lord Jesus.
Ain't nobody gonna pick it up though.
You go ahead, because I told you I wasn't doing that.
Daddy, you gonna leave me hanging, Daddy?
Huh?
You gonna leave me hanging? You ain't gonna pick it
Oh,
up?
I'm sorry. I didn't know you wanted me to come in though. But you know I back you up.
Yeah.
Well, sing, man. See, I'm not doing that. Yeah. I'm not doing that.
All that. Yes. Oh, my heart just got my Wakanda. Thank you, Jesus. Oh,
I'm not doing that.
Yes.
Okay.
So we are going, Danielle. I'm going to let you go have a moment with Daddy. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, Danielle. I appreciate you. I appreciate the Cigar Network. Thank you all for coming out. Thank you all for sharing. And
Nice
we're
to
going to
meet you,
definitely
Dan.
talk to you again.
Nice to meet you too, baby.
Make sure you all, please follow these beautiful ladies, their journeys, their stories, everything that they literally have like gone through is something that we all can relate to. Because
Yeah, you can follow me on all social media platforms. Danielle H. Carpenter on Instagram. You can follow Soulfully Danny or the Relax Cigar Network on Instagram as well. So you can definitely follow me on those. If you want to be a part of the Relax Network, it is called Relax the Cigar Network for Women. I'll post that in the comments as well. Any ladies that want to post their business or any ladies that want to learn about the cigar industry and cigar life and culture and want to learn how to smoke cigars, we have teachers, mentors, everything available for you.
What is the website? One more time, Danielle. I'm gonna put it.
So you can go on Facebook. You can go on Facebook is Relax the Cigar Network for Women.
Relax.
And our Instagram is the Relax Cigar Network.
Relax Cigar. Okay, so it's a Relax Cigar Network.
Mm-hmm. So please go and follow any ladies only. I'm sorry, guys, it's not for guys. We are definitely we're working on some stuff for you guys. But for ladies,
cigar, no way.
yeah, you want to be a part.
Don't be mad.
Right? Don't be mad. But you're more than welcome.
You know, wait, I get VIP.
A little bit, a little bit.
There we go. That's it right there.
Mm-hmm.
Purple Relax Cigar Network. So that you all make sure you go and support the Relax Cigar Network.
For women.
It is minority and female owned.
Yes.
Yes.
And I definitely want to support. I created this platform so I can try to share the people who I know with people who I think everyone should know. Great stories. So Danielle, I appreciate one of my hometown Chicago, Illinois people coming on here with one of my Memphis/LA people. I'm glad that you all together.
Yeah.
You do the cigar. DJ, we're gonna put y'all music in together, and we're gonna go ahead. So, Danielle, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank
I
you,
love
guys.
you.
I love you.
Thank you. All right.
Thank you, guys.
See you.
All right. Now, Miss Dottie.
Hey now, baby.
Huh. All right, babe. Okay.
Hey, honey, love. It's
So this
good
is what we
to
got
see
to do.
you.
It's so good to see you. Now, listen here. It's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
You got a lot.
Yeah.
And we've already had a conversation about this. So we're not going to unpack everything tonight because what? You want to tell them or should I tell them?
you
Can
tell
I
them.
tell them?
You tell them.
Y'all, Miss Dottie, she's going to be on the Purple Couch live. And we are going to unpack, talk, and have a time of our lives.
We're going to kick honey. I can't wait.
Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We got time for our lives. See, you thought that I thought that note was gonna come out real funny. I thought I was about to fall.
No,
but the Lord said,
you
"Man."
caught yourself. You
I
understand?
caught it.
That's what you
Lady,
gotta do.
that's your time.
That's singing, honey. Sometimes we up. You know what I'm saying?
Up.
Up. You gotta
When it's
catch
up,
it,
then
you
it's
catch
stuck.
it.
When it's up, then it's stuck.
Up, side.
But
Look, that's
Woo! Don't you get me? So, this is what I wanted to
you
say.
stupid.
With you, you are singing. You have been singing. You, my love, have music and just released a new video.
Yeah, well, I released the video back in August last year. No, I released the video. I released the song back in August, and I released the video back in
This year.
In
Well,
October.
last year. Yes,
Yeah,
last
yeah,
year.
October. But I did just release a new single, Switching Vibes. So it's not the video, but I did release a new single. So yeah.
Yeah.
But that video means a lot to me.
Listen, the video, I watched the video so much, and to me, I guess I feel like I say it's new because A, it is less than a year.
Absolutely. Come
It's
on.
still newborn. And then B, because guess what? It's some people who might be looking and peeking, but they ain't speaking and saying that they peeking. So guess what? We're gonna play like it's new for them too. Amen. Hallelujah. And so with us looking at these new singles, my question to you, my love, is what's next for you in your music? What's the new sound? What's the new message? Give me a little bit about where we can expect to hear music from Aphrodite going.
Yeah. So, for me going forward, I'm just continuing to write and create. In 2019, well, you know that I lived in LA.
That's where we met.
6 years. That's where we met. Little bit after
birthday party.
I know. A little bit after we met, I was on tour. I came home for a break, and my mother was gravely ill. I came home on a break, and upon me leaving the last day, as I was getting ready to leave, she was slipping away. I knew it, so I called in, told him I wasn't gonna be able to make it. I held my mother's hand, and for the next 30 minutes, watched my mother slip into the abyss. My mother died in my hands. So I did not go back to California. I left my apartment. I left everything, and really, really went into a very deep, dark depression because my mother is, and will always be my very best friend, my absolute partner in crime. So it was just a tremendous loss that I did not think I would recover from. I think I told you earlier, I was like, yeah, I didn't think I would live because I had made a promise to myself. Like, my mother leaves here, there's no way I'm going to be able to live. Like, I'm just going to quietly go somewhere
Have my moment.
off myself. I can't do it. That's how close, I was and am with my mom. So, for me, music was so far in the back of my mind. I didn't give a damn about music after my mom passed. And it's just really a blessing and a testament to the strength that she left me for me to be here, because I had to climb out of hell. You understand me? I had to climb out of hell to be here laughing, joking with you, putting on makeup, putting on, you know what I mean? Being a person, actually giving a damn. And that's just also kudos to my wife, my
Amen.
wife who is my rock, my family, and God, the Most High, my spirit angels, my guides, everybody. They had a hand in pulling me up because I was so low, drinking tremendously. I'm a Southern girl, so we drink anyway. We drink if we happy. We drink if we sad. We drink if we anxious. We drink if we okay, whatever. We're Southern. We like to eat and drink, but yeah, that was definitely an issue at a certain point. And I gained 30 pounds, a little over 30 pounds. It was tough. And just didn't have the will to live. So now I am writing again. The video that you're gonna play is about me losing my mom. It's called Out of My Mind. I wrote it. It was the first song coming out of my depression, and I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I had gone through, and the video kind of goes through that too. So that's what that's about. And yeah, I'm glad you're gonna be showing it tonight.
Yes. So, okay. Yes. Yes. Oh, wait, I'm trying to make sure we got it. This I'm looking.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't see it. I know that. I know that. Well, no. Yeah, it's not. Hold on one second.
Yeah. It was a tough time though, but the message behind that to everybody is just, when it seems like it's over for you, there really is a continuation to your story. There really is life after depression. You just have to hold on, and holding on looks different to a lot of people. When you lose somebody, don't let anybody judge you on how you getting through it. Don't let anybody tell you how fast you need to get through it, how much you need to cry, you doing the right thing, if they'll be proud of you or not, all that bull. Don't listen to that. You listen to yourself, you listen to God, you listen to your inner self, and you do the things you need to do, like pray, meditate, back away from things that ain't serving you well. That's people, that's habits, that's anything unhealthy. You know what I mean? Really purge yourself to do the work. That's what I would say.
And with you doing the work, my question for you is, what has been your biggest revelation that you have gained from music in your life, with the revelation of everything you've gone through so far?
I think that the biggest revelation is that music can help you through anything. Music is definitely like the soundtrack to your life. You can think of a song, it plays in your head, and you'll know exactly where you were when you heard it, or the dance you was doing, or the party you was at, or when you was in the car crying to it. That's how connected music is to the spirit. And so I've learned, that music is important. When you decide to do music, or if you listen to music, whatever the case may be intentional about it. And that's been my biggest revelation. It can help you through anything. So if you make it, be intentional about it. Yeah.
I love that.
Thank you.
I really do. That's be intentional about everything that you're doing.
Everything that you're doing. I think that's really, it's important. What you listening to, even what you digesting, what you taking in. I cannot listen to a lot of this new rap today.
Yeah.
It'd be fun for a minute, but to feed my soul, I'd be like, oh my God.
I need something more.
I just can't. I can't hear about another Paddock watch. Can't hear about another big booty Brazilian. I can't hear about another. I'm so tired.
You
Oh
know
my
what?
God. I don't hear
No
about
question.
nobody. No stacks and no racks and no. Woo, Lord, just be getting on my nerve, child. I can't do it. I don't know if that's me getting older. I don't know, but I just need something more. Yeah.
You got me thinking
Mm-hmm.
about something.
What's that?
When did you start singing?
Oh man. My parents said 3, 4, and I don't remember that, but that's what they say.
Where did it come from?
My
Did your mom sing?
huh?
Where did it come from? Did your mom sing? Did your dad sing?
My
Who
mom
sang?
and my dad, but I would say my dad more. I have singers on both sides of the family, but my dad's voice was my favorite, is my favorite, I'd say, out of the two. I'm sure my mama is cracking up right now in the spirit, child.
Now this is where we
But
going.
But and my mama's so fiery. I know she like me, no me, I was.
Listen.
But no, my mom had a good voice. My mom had a nice one. Mom sang in the choir. I like my mom's voice, but I love my daddy's voice. He had silky tone, and he melt you singing. So yeah, I get it from my daddy, I would say.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Because my mother, she sings, and my aunt sings, and when you come from a singing family and singers in your family, music is just something that you do.
Yeah.
But you also know the importance of your particular gift to those particular people.
Hmm.
I want to ask you a personal question.
Okay. Let's do it.
If you could sing any song to your mom right now, like if she was in front of you right now and you could sing to her one last time, what would you sing?
That's crazy. Looking at my wife, she know what I'm about to say. I just recorded a song last night. That's to my mom and about my mom. It's probably one of the most. It's to me the most beautiful song I've ever written. Yeah, that one. I know the very last song that I sang to my mom, is she was not even really coherent, but every now and then blinking in and out and asked me to sing there when she wasn't even able to form sentences. It was just crazy. But my wife and I was standing at the bed and I sang Smokey Norfolk.
I Need You Now?
Yeah. I sang, yeah. She wanted to hear that. So I sang that over my mom. That's the last song she heard me sing. I could not sing at the funeral. I mean, they begged me to, but I just was a mess. So
I
the
understand.
last song was that song, yeah.
Wow.
Which I hear it every now and then. It's crazy. Yeah, she couldn't even talk, and it was just so it was weird. I know it wasn't nothing but God. So yeah.
That's so wow.
I can't wait to tell him that one day. I hope I meet him. I'm able to meet him and tell him that.
You know he's in Chicago.
Is he?
Yes, he's a Chicago guy. He's from the South. I want to say Arkansas is where he's from.
What?
Yes, but I think it's Arkansas. It's one of those like little country.
He used to be like coming through Memphis a lot, and maybe that's why. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but he lives in he's been in Chicago for years. Like,
oh wow.
Yeah, you know, Chicago, any gospel person is in Chicago, basically.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Chicago is the gospel capital of the world. That's where it was formed. Thomas Dorsey, the man who wrote Precious Lord, was in Chicago. Chicago is the like that where you go for gospel. You want to find God in music, it's gonna be in Chicago.
I'm with it. I love Chicago. Like I said, I love the food, I love the culture, I love the people. Got people in Chicago.
I know. I'm Chicago.
Huh?
I'm Chicago.
What? Are you?
Yeah, I moved from Chicago. Yes, I am Chicago born and raised. Deep
You
down
know,
in my
when we
heart and
met
soul.
and we met and we talked, we never even asked each other stuff like that. We just clicked. So we just clicked. Like we
We
went like,
did.
well, where you from? And then where you from? How people in LA do. We was just, oh, sorry, no shade, no shade, no shade, no shade. Super love LA.
I
Love
love
it.
listen, I love the authentic LA people.
Huh?
I love the authentic LA people. They know who they are. You see how that
Love
is?
it. Got a special place in my heart. LA did some special things for me.
Hello.
Love LA.
I
But
love
I didn't, I loved when I didn't have to have those type of superficial conversations that tends to happen in LA. And whether you're from LA or not, that's
Yeah.
just true. You can't be offended by that. That's just true. Some people have very inauthentic conversations. Yeah, and so it was really cool to have genuine moments with people. You're definitely one of those people that I had a genuine moment with. And
Listen, y'all, if you know me, if anyone on here looking knows me, you already know how I am. If you don't know me, you probably about to learn. I am probably one of the most what you see here, this like person here is really who I am. And I think some people be thinking that you be playing and stuff, but you met me in the club. We only really hung out one time in life.
yeah,
That was 2 years ago.
yeah,
That 2 years ago, the impression made got you here today.
yeah. That's
And
true.
what got you and what kept you here today was the fact that I kept in communication. I built a relationship.
You did.
You know,
Encouraging communication, not just communication. Like you would encourage me. I saw you supporting, and it was like I said, a genuine relationship, which you remember because I encountered so many people that do that a little bit. So but it was different with you and different with a lot of other people that I have come across. But mainly, you know how it goes. You were a breath of fresh air. Like, and it makes so much sense that you from Chicago. Like it just makes a whole lot of sense.
yes, I
I
am
rock with
Chicago and Alabama boy. I'm Alabama in Chicago, Lower Peachtree, Alabama, sunny South Alabama, the part
Alabama,
where
that's what's up.
you know
Alabama, it's right down here. It's right down here where I'm at.
listen, I love Memphis. I love Memphis. I love the South.
Yeah.
So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to a commercial break, you guys. We're going to have a moment. We'll be right back. We're gonna play Dottie's video, and then we're gonna go ahead. So, guys, give us a moment, and we'll see you back in the next 30 seconds or so. I hope everybody, yeah.
Twice fried porterhouse steaks. Available Friday from 12 to 6 in Los Angeles, California. Marinated fresh, frozen, and then fried. Marinated fresh and then frozen overnight. This process takes 2 days. All orders must be in by Wednesday. All deposits and orders must be in by Wednesday to ensure that you have an amazing meal. Treat yourself to something special, something new, something delicious. Order today.
It's Lyric Sincere 68. That's the email.
Okay, hey guys, we are back. We're back. Hey guys, we are back. Oh, got it. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right.
We got it. That's all right.
We. So
You
what's
know when
happening?
you in church, when you're in church and that happened and somebody just go, and then everybody
Yeah.
just go, all right, that's all right.
Yes. I put you on there just to do that because yeah, okay. So this was happening right now. Yeah, we go we Dottie, you know I love you.
Yeah, I love you too.
We are having technical difficulties.
Listen, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
When you come on the
guys-
purple couch,
yeah,
when you come on here, we are going to do Dottie Day.
oh, I love that.
And we
I
are going
love
to
that.
do, yes, we're going to do Dottie Day. So you guys, we're going to have Dottie Day. We're going to talk everything Dottie. We're going to watch video, music, and we're going to do the music right here on the wall itself.
Hey.
So like in real life, we're going to do a full-on Dottie Day. So
In the meantime, you guys can follow me at Afro.1. You can see the video and everything in my link tree.
you see it?
Oh, I'm blind as hell. Let me tell you something. I was trying to be cute.
Oh, go ahead. I
I wear
understand. Go ahead.
glasses.
Look down there now, girl. You've been getting plugged the whole. Come on, they see you see it down there.
I see now. Come on, y'all. Yeah, y'all follow me there. In my bio, you guys can see everything. Get my single and everything. I'm also releasing an EP in May, so stay tuned for that. I do singing videos almost every day. When I get off the phone with you, I'm gonna upload one. So you guys check me out.
It's going to be Dottie Day. Wait, I was trying to do
I
it.
can't wait to sit on the couch.
Wait, I got to see you do this. Do it for me real quick because you had something to say. Give me a little bit about what you think about. I wanted to say Dottie Day in the Kirk Franklin voice, but I can't say it. Dottie Day. I can't. Dottie Day, Dottie Day, Dottie Day, Dottie Day,
Hey,
Dottie Day. Hey, that's what we're gonna have. We should do that as the theme song of the day.
That's so funny.
Baby, that would be amazing. I think we should.
If we do that, I'm gonna fall out.
That's gonna be something we need to do. Wow, yeah, we need to do that. Dottie Day, Dottie Day. Hey, I feel it. What? See, the reason I brought it up because she had something to say about Kirk Franklin and this situation.
Yeah.
Now, me myself, Friday days.
Oh my God.
You see how I did that? Did you see that? You caught that? You got it? You caught the layup? You caught it?
Listen, honey, I love Kirk. I love Father Kirk. I just do. I love him. I think that he's revered in the community. I just think this is very disheartening what just happened. I think it shows that you can love God but not be perfect. And
Ain't
what
nobody
it
perfect.
also shown me is that the Christian community picks and chooses where their grace lies and who's forgiven and who's not. And I've seen an
Got
incredible
shade up. Come on, you better talk about the truth right now.
I've seen an incredible amount of support for Kirk Franklin, which I think is great, and I think we are charged to do as Christians. It's really wonderful to see Christians do what Christians are supposed to do, and that's love in spite of, and reach their hands out and don't have judgment or have empathy, put themselves in their place. Because what have we heard Christians do? Well, I was talked to like that. Or if it was my son, just a great amount of empathy, compassion, putting themselves in their shoes, not judging, having grace. And there's something that is not extended across the board. So me as a lesbian, I would say that I would love that type of grace to be extended across the board with what they or what people would say is sinful or not right, or when you mess up or it's not good. I don't know how God is canceled for certain people, but okay for others when they seemingly mess up. Now, I don't live my life through those standards, but I did grow up traditionally Christian. My foundation, who I am, the fabric of me will always be Christian, and that's just that. But I am a spiritual being, not at all a religious person. I've been delivered from that, And I pray that on all of my Black people. And since we talking about women, them especially, because they have so much power. But yeah, I just wish that the Christian community has an uproar about people in everything, in all aspects, meaning the uproar said, of calling for love, to love. I just wish that happened all the time, but it's been really beautiful to see that happen with Kirk, who cussed his son out like a nigga on the street, as a man of God. But bless his heart. I'm a Southerner, so bless his heart.
Bless his
everyone's
heart.
Bless
And all
everyone's
his heart.
Bless their heart.
Bless your heart and all your parts, baby.
Ooh, all of them, even the ones that don't want to see themselves. You know what I mean? Bless that part too. So, yeah.
You not be out here eating. Hey, Starbucks. Starburst.
Oh, do I need to grab a snack? Don't play with me. I got some snacks or whatever.
You know we're all about the snacks here, and we definitely plugging stuff. Shameless plugs until we get the come up. Starburst.
Starburst. I love Starburst.
Duos.
I've been actually trying to do right, to be very honest with you. I've been trying to lose a little weight. Told you I gained 30 pounds after my mama died. You know what I'm saying?
It's COVID weight.
I'm trying to get like you. I need you to give me the plan, the situation. I need all the situation.
We'll talk offline. We'll talk offline.
I need to know how the twerk sessions.
All
of that.
You know, I'm like Aretha, honey. You know, we got trade secrets.
Yeah, but it's been good to see you
Same here.
transform and see
Thank you.
Just be who you've always been, vibrant and loving and confident. And, it's just reflecting that all from the inside out. And you just look like you're loving yourself more. And so it's nice. It's really nice to see.
Thank you, Daddy. Thanks for spending time with us. We're about to have our last interview for the evening.
Okay.
With the dynamic Rain Basu. Hope you all enjoy it. Oh.
It's happening.
You know that song?
Yes.
Why don't you start singing?
Me, oh, don't you take this pain from me.
See, I'm mixing up. I am Cal Marshall, and welcome to Purple Couch. See you around. Conversations. Ah! Yes. I'm from Chicago, and you are from
Here,
Los
Los.
Angeles.
So my parents are immigrants. My dad from Mexico. My mom from El Salvador. They met here because he was a DJ and she was in a party crew, like LA
What's a
clubs.
party crew?
A party crew, like a dance crew.
I'm from Chicago. Conservative. What's a party crew?
It's just,
Like a dance girl?
groups of people that go out and go to parties.
Mellow. Okay, come on, somebody. Come on, okay.
So yeah, she was in a party crew, but she was the more conservative of the bunch. So they met in LA, and then she ended up getting pregnant. She was only 16. My dad was 22. Basically a shotgun wedding.
Oh, okay.
So I grew up with immigrant parents that basically stayed together for the kid, and the kid was me.
And then you were able to sort of just grow up and just be a part of all different dimensions of Los Angeles, moving around because you had the parents you had.
Yeah, exactly. My dad was always in music. We moved from Compton, that's where I was born. We moved from Compton to Bell Gardens, and then there was a lot of gang activity there. So, the earthquake, the gang activity, and then my dad was just trying to leave the DJ life because it was just causing too much trouble at home. And then he was building up his own business. So, we had a very, immigrant LA experience where we're coming into the city, at least my parents coming into the city and trying to make a living from the city because, their respective countries weren't the business. My mom left because of, political trouble. There was a civil war going on. So me, because they had so much turmoil growing up, they created a really sheltered life for me. Me and my siblings, you know, they changed everything, and my dad chose to be an entrepreneur and just making enough money to keep my mom with the kids. So LA for me, I didn't really know a lot about LA until I got older and I started really wanting to do music, and then, you know, it was mainly like just very multicultural. And so, you know, going to the beach, going to a lot of the different hot spots, Hollywood, going to the movies, things like that. But it's like once I started like getting into higher education after I graduated from high school, I moved to UCLA. So that's where I pursued my education. I got a bachelor's in women's studies. I got a bachelor's, Women's History Month. I got a bachelor's in women's studies, so I was all about female empowerment. And then I got my degree in English as well. So I was working on poetry, songwriting.
So we got a whole lot. So here we go. What makes you proud to rep your city?
What makes me proud to rep my city? I mean, the lifestyle. Like, you never run out of adventures here. You can really do a lot and meet a lot of people if you open yourself up and you're willing and you know who you're going to meet. So, you know, there's a bunch of like galleries, clubs, different places to eat, you know, different people to meet, different venues to do live music, different levels of it. I mean, it's active.
It's so interesting. I would have thought that you would have said the weather or something like.
I take the weather for granted. That's not something I think about because I live here. So that's all I know. I mean, I don't think about the, you know, like the whole women, weed, and weather. I don't think about that shit. That's already here. Like, I know, like, the LA that I know it's my hometown. So what I like about it is being active in my hometown. The weather is just whatever.
What's the real LA girl lifestyle?
For me, it's definitely about being about your hustle and developing relationships. Relationships that are win-win relationships with people that you truly vibe with. That's what it is for LA. And you know, LA can also be very competitive, so I feel like if you're a true LA person, you'll be able to see through the bullshit for the most part. But yeah, it's just about finding people that you vibe with, and I mean, for a lot of people, LA can be really transactional, but what they don't realize is that we live so quickly that we really value our time, you know? Well, I'm a true LA girl.
All that drops in I'm just saying. You might have sung as a child that it was a deep song, but you didn't know the meaning of it. But like once you became an adult, something like shook you in it, and it was like, oh my God, that song is the song that just like took you through it. Like you're like, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh my God. What a great question. Okay, I was actually talking to Marcellus about this recently, but he asked me how long have you been singing, and I'm like, I've been singing since I was 3. And he's like, yeah, right. And I'm like, no, really. You can ask my parents. So like I said, my dad was a DJ, so he would have these day gigs at like the swap meets, and you know, he would give me the mic. And so there was a particular song that I really liked, and people were shocked by it. It was a song by Alejandra Guzman that was called Hacer el amor con otro. And it means...
Sing a little bit of it first.
I can't even remember the melody. Like, is it Hacer el amor con otro. No es la misma cosa. No hay estrellas de color rosa, no destilan los poros del cuerpo. Ambrosía salpicada de te quiero.
What does it mean?
It's terrible.
It sounds so pretty.
So basically the song is about her describing her experience with having sex with somebody else for the first time after breaking up with her like person. And it was revenge sex. Yeah, I had to I was really into it. I was like maybe 3 or 4.
You better sing your song, baby. I am not yet. Sing your song.
And my parents were shocked. They were like, why is she into that of all things? But I just thought it was such a beautiful melody, and what I liked about her voice was that it was gritty. Like, it was a rock song. Like a for real, like
it was real
80s, 90s rock like sweeping guitars, and it was just very emotional. It just really touched me. And I remember later on, maybe like a few years ago, I'm in the car and I'm listening to this shit, and I'm listening to the lyrics, and I'm like, oh my God. And I felt it because I've been there, you know? Like, you're trying to get somebody out of your mind with somebody else, you know?
Wait.
Getting
The,
older
yeah,
by getting older.
I was going to say that. We're here. Okay. Has that ever worked?
No, it never worked. One time it almost worked, and I just ended up crying. And I was like, oh, fuck. Yeah, because it was just so painful. It was like stabbing somebody with a knife. That's how it felt for me. And because I was so close to that person, it felt like by stabbing them, I was stabbing myself. And so when I listened to the song again, that happened, I really felt her pain at describing what it was like and how it wasn't the same. But yeah, I was like, yeah, I really did. And it like really, oh man, like it really just impacted me and hurt me in such a good way, because it's like, it was like a full circle experience, you know? Being able to tap into deep emotions like that as a kid in music, whether you know what it is about or not, you know, it's something that I want to continue doing as a songwriter.
With you as a singer and a songwriter, you have created songs that, like Blacklist, Mesmerized. How has music connected with your real life?
With songwriting is always deeply personal for me. I write about my life. I write about the projections that I'm experiencing. I write about, I channel from other people's experiences that relate to my own. I'll tell the truth on people. Like if I'm vibing hard enough with them, I'll tell the truth on people, like based on my songwriting, like whatever their vibe is or their thoughts are, like I'm able to translate that on their behalf. So songwriting is a deeply spiritual experience for me, because not only am I pulling from the inspiration, I'm also pulling from the collective consciousness.
I love that. Now, I have a question about that. We're going to come on right into that. So, with being so personal, you have a song called Blacklist.
Yes.
And so, I have a question about that.
Sure.
Who would you blacklist?
Who would I blacklist? Like a celebrity, like
Yes,
a famous person.
Somebody who you would blacklist right now. Like if they called you, you would not answer to put on the blacklist.
Oh my gosh, that's so horrible. I have to say this to people? No, I don't like to put myself out there like that. Cal. Okay, hold on. It might be sugar free.
Sugar free? What's sugar free? Anything sugar free? Anything sugar free? Okay, you would blacklist sugar free.
Yeah, I would not want him to have my contact information.
Now who's sugar free?
The rapper is sugar free. How do you not know?
And this is what happens. This is why I'm getting educated and you getting educated. If you know who sugar free is, good for you. Come on. All right, well, sugar free. Hope to see you soon. Now, who was the biggest inspiration in your music?
Damn, that's hard. I get really inspired by, I've been inspired by a lot of people in my life. It's kind of personal. I'm very inspired by Erykah Badu.
Okay.
Extremely inspired by her. I've been listening to her music for a really long time. I was late to Erykah Badu. When I first heard her, I didn't actually like her because I didn't understand it. I hadn't really listened to jazz before. I wasn't really listening to a lot of hip hop at that point either. I was a kid. So that was hard for me to understand. I just remember that my cousin, whom I really admired, was into her, so I gave it a chance. But I didn't really start getting turned on to Erykah Badu until my first year of college. And And the first song that I really just like received and understood and felt was Next Lifetime. And then I just started doing research on her. Yes. Such great songwriting. And overall her songwriting is amazing. But I ended up starting to like really listen to her stuff and be a part of her cult following. And yeah, I really am. And I saw her live and I was very impressed by her energy because you could feel it. It's like it's palpable. Like when you're watching her live, and I think at the time was she wearing head wraps? Probably not to that show. But just big old ass and just looking bomb and just like I think she wore an afro that day. She had her singers. And I just like was just magnetized to her because I feel like she's a perfect example of a powerful, awakened woman. And not only that, but she's like a sensual woman as well. Like just known for being this like enchantress of a person with just like a very magnetic personality, but also just able to like be very disciplined and focused on her art, on being a mom, on being a hustler. She's got a fan base that's just very long standing. Very long standing. She could put out anything and people will buy it because her fans are that loyal. Her artwork, the way she takes it up to the next level with fashion, they call her the Gucci girl. The fact that she has so many different like names, you know, and she's always shouting them out like, oh, AKA Fat Belly Bella, like also known as like Maria Mexico. Like she's very like, she's very happy to like be this person that's just continually evolving.
Miss Badu, hey boo. You are also known by other names.
Yeah, I am.
One of your other names
Mm-hmm.
is Selena.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So,
I trip out on that.
first of all, to say Selena, you have to have a look. You can't just say I'm Selena and then be like, you don't look like Selena, or you look like Selena, but then you don't sound like Selena. What? Give me a like. How did Selena really happen? Who said you should be Selena? Because you didn't just wake up and say,
I really didn't.
Okay, because I was like, have you been trying to be Selena? Is
No,
okay.
never.
Was she ever your like person that you wanted to be like?
No, she really wasn't. I mean, I admired her, but I was more into Whitney Houston and Mariah Carey and Celine Dion, actually. I was into her after she died because who wasn't into her after she died? I mean, really. And then actually, I
I thought
liked...
she was J-Lo.
Yeah, right? Exactly. So, you know,
Hey J-Lo. Hey.
obviously now, so being Selena, like, and learning about her, I even read his book, like, I read her biographies, I like researched her in depth. Being known to emulate her is something of great importance to me because she's such a cultural icon, and the way that it happened was completely accidental. I didn't dream this up. I woke up to a text message saying, hey, we have a Selena tribute. Would you be interested in being our Selena? My hair was like red at the time it might have been. I had to dye it
Which one
black.
had red hair at one point in time?
Yeah, did she? Yeah, she did. At the time, my style has been
Wait,
very
what
much.
color is your natural hair?
Oh, it's not this. This is black. I mean, my hair is like a really light brown. Yeah, like more like my daughter's hair. Yeah, very light. So yeah, this is just because I have to keep this up like this. For Selena. Yeah, my hair hasn't been this long since I was maybe in 3rd or 4th grade. Yeah, so I had to create the image in order to maintain it, and even when it comes to like working out, like as soon as I got this Selena gig, I really started hitting the gym and just drinking protein shakes really to mold to look like her on stage.
Are there any shakes that you actually drink on the regular?
Shameless
plug.
You know, vegan protein shakes are pretty gross, but I like Vega a lot, and then just for the purposes of maintaining affordability, I also use Orgain. But yeah, I make smoothies because otherwise it tastes like legit dirt. They're super earthy.
Okay, I'm sorry I had to go there, but okay, back to Selena.
Well, I mean, I see you.
Yeah,
I see you.
you know, we want to make sure people know how they can get.
2 a day. You gotta do 2 a day if you want it to make a difference.
Come on, somebody.
And soy milk, otherwise your stomach's gonna, yeah, it ain't gonna be right.
Soy milk, everybody. Get it?
Yeah.
So, and I do Ripple, personally. I love Ripple because it's peanut. And it's so amazing. it feels like real milk, if that makes sense.
Pea milk.
Yes, I have some. You have some.
Okay.
That's
For
a
sure.
lot. Okay. So, anywho, so it's because you've become personal with Selena. If Selena were alive today, and you could see her
Mm-hmm.
live,
Mm-hmm.
what song would you want to see her sing?
Oh, hands down, Dreaming of You. She never sang it, so that's what I would want her to sing. Because every time I go on stage, before I sing the songs that she never got a chance to sing, I actually, like in front of the whole audience, I say like I'd like to invite the presence of Selena to join me at this time so that I can channel her energy through this performance. I say that every time because I have a deep respect for her and her music. And those were all studio tracks. The English stuff, the crossover album, that was all English tracks. And she died and she never had a chance to sing it. So I'm very serious about those songs and making sure listening to her tone, but more than anything, just feeling her as an entity before I perform them. And I'll get chills sometimes when it happens. It's wild. It's wild as fuck.
Right?
Yeah. And I wish on the star that somewhere I'm thinking of me too. Cause I'm dreaming of you tonight till tomorrow. I'll be holding you tight, and there's nowhere in the world I'd rather be.
That's why she does it.
It's fun. It's pretty fun.
What? But where you at, girl?
Here in my room, dreaming about you and me. Oh my God, you went down the song.
That's what I was waiting for. You know, like I'm not gonna leave there. Selena. But I wanted to get to the. That was so. It was so pretty. I love that. Like that was one of my most favorite songs. I think I actually sang that song in third grade. Talent show. Yes. Yes.
In the third grade, was that your first talent show?
No, it was not. My first talent show was in kindergarten.
Ambitious motherfucker.
And I do believe I played third.
Wait, what did you sing?
The first song I sang in life, it was like in public, was Aladdin. I did A Whole New World. That was the
That's
song.
beautiful.
My mom, she played it for me at home and got me ready. And I went out there and I went on and did my little, you know, I can show you the world. No. So I come from a musical family.
You played with the band?
Yes, my mom plays the
Oh,
piano,
the church
organ,
show.
and no, it was a Christian academy school that my aunt was a principal of, and my aunt was also the church musician at the church as well. So of course, I had music,
Mm-hmm.
and of course, oh God, I
Are you getting
was.
emotional?
No, I just thought about something. I was like a kindergarten, I got like third place, but I just thought about it. It might have been fixed.
What? What do you mean?
My aunt was a principal in the church.
No, they wouldn't do you like that. They would. Besides, you're a very talented singer. What the fuck are we talking about? Really?
I was a kindergarten. You know, I be high schoolers. It was from kindergarten to like high school.
No,
It
I'm
was so
sure.
simple,
I'm
yeah.
sure. Do you have video? I'm sure you were amazing.
If someone who has video of that, please send it.
Yeah.
Like I would love to see that. I would play that just to see what it's going to like. That's hilarious. Oh, that was good. That was a good one. So, did you ever get a chance to see Selena?
No, she passed away in 1995, and I was born in 1988, so I was really, really little.
And you was like, baby, if my mom and dad knew they were bringing me.
Hell course they weren't. They go to Chente concerts by themselves and shit.
So with Selena, I know she was a Tejano artist.
Tejano.
Tejano. So with Tejano, I've been working with my hand. Can you explain to people who don't know? Because just like there are subcultures of different musical genres, what exactly does that mean?
So Tejano, okay, so you got like Tex-Mex food, and then you got Tex-Mex music. That's pretty much what Tejano music is. It's a combination of like the, you know, America and American influences, mainly like country music, and then combined with like the music of like northern Mexico, and then a little bit of like, you know, cumbia and stuff. But that was more stuff that Selena did. Selena was doing more fusion, yeah. Well, cumbia is from Colombia,
Right.
but it moved to Mexico obviously because it's just such a groove.
Listen. Any Celia Cruz?
Oh my god, that's something I did. The Celia
Too.
show.
Oh, I watched it all in like 2 days. I was so stuck. That whole. Let me stop. It took like 3 weeks. I watched it every day, all the things.
Cal, tell me why I was teaching American history and world history. I commute from San Pedro to South Central and I put on Celia.
Okay. How long was that drive?
It's like 30 minutes, 30, 45, maybe.
With traffic?
I get like a show in.
Okay. That's how traffic be out here for people who don't know. As we were saying, go ahead.
You're talking trash over here, Cal.
I took it back.
So the reason why her music was so successful was because she combined all of these things together. And actually, Marcellus and I were talking about this just yesterday about the importance of like combining things that are dissimilar to create something new in music, and to have it be something impactful and with a legacy that it could create. And I feel like that's exactly what Celia did.
When I say
Azúcar. And it's got a Rolling at the end.
the Zuka. Yes! Listen, I watched Celia, and Celia is why I learned Spanish a little bit.
Oh,
I was
Celia.
like, ¿por qué? ¿Por qué? It's a difference!
You know, Celia is a huge reason why of how I decided that I wanted my life partnership to look like.
Oh.
Her relationship with him
was
was
Pedro.
mind blowing.
It was true love.
It really was.
But it's so interesting because that takes you to the point of she took a man who was a player and she got him and she really just changed his life around and he changed his or he changed for her.
Yeah, he did.
And my question now goes to the point of with that. Would you say she had him mesmerized, or would you say that he had her mesmerized?
I think, you know what though? Because remember how long it took for her to fall in love with him. Remember how she set such boundaries with professionalism at first before she gave him the chance. After finally seeing that dude was really about the business and also really about her. So it took some time. You know, she wasn't like the other bitches that he was fucking around with, that their panties would just drop over him and he'd be like, meh, on his player shit, all married and shit too.
He had some stuff going on, baby. I wasn't mad at him.
Yeah, you know. Whatever.
He was with the wife and
And
the
the
daughter.
daughter.
I said, oh no, okay, sir.
And he snubbed them both because he couldn't stop thinking about Celia.
Okay. Did you appreciate her sister? Or would you owe her sister? Like, would you have, if that was your sister, would you have left her or would you have brought her?
Yeah, I would have left her ass. She was a toxic character. She was terrible. She was envious from the start.
From the show.
You remember that shit?
Yeah.
Celia was going off on her voice and beautiful and entrancing other people, and you know, her sister was very much about impressing with the body and with the face and with seduction, whereas Celia was just very rooted in just being a real ass motherfucker, and that's it, you know, just even like not even tripping so much about the fact that she wasn't, you know, conventionally beautiful in the least.
Yes.
in the least, you know, and just staying true to her voice, herself, and knowing that she could attract everything because of her talent and not with the physical. So that's something I
And that
deeply
is-
respected about her.
Now, Ray, you have a flat stomach.
Dude, that's just what you see. It's an optical illusion, Cal.
Let me say this. You are a gorgeous girl,
Thank you.
and you have been a gorgeous girl your whole life.
I appreciate
I
it.
don't think nothing on you is boss. Yes.
Not at all.
See, yes.
Not at all.
And so because of that.
Yeah, my titties hang pretty naturally, bro.
So this is how we get here.
Yeah.
Because like right now you're set. Like you're who you are now.
Yeah.
But like
Yeah.
when you're in that
Yeah, I had a childhood best friend. She was like a sister to me. See, I lacked sisters. I grew up with only boys and I was the oldest.
now how many brothers do you have?
5. One's in heaven. Rest in peace. But yeah, I have 5. 5 brothers, all younger than me. The youngest is 13. So I've got a lot of siblings. I didn't grow up with sisters. I didn't really grow up with girls except for my cousins. So for me, finding a girl best friend was like finding a sister. And so that was hard to find because of the envy. I mean, I had my first talent show when I was 6 or 7. I was in the 1st grade, and I sang "Hero" by Mariah Carey.
You want to say ah?
You're ambitious.
At least I walked out with my auntie being the boss. I think something's gonna work over there. No, I'm playing.
You've been brilliant. Stop it. You know, the principal of the school liked my performance so much. There was a 2-day talent show, and he invited me to sing again for the 2nd day of the talent show to be added to those acts as well. But I remember, you know, my girl best friend wasn't feeling me after that show, and actually she was kind of mean. I didn't really understand at the time. I was just so little, and over time, within like a day or 2, she was back to being her normal self. But I remember I had a friend that I met in the 8th grade, and we stayed friends all the way up until I was until recently. We had 2 big falling outs, and one of them was because I was dating my baby daddy at the time, and she didn't like him for me. And she knew about all the dirt that I was doing. She knew everything that was going on in my life, so she went to my mom, and she aired out all my dirty laundry to my mom. She was taking psychology classes at the time, and she was
Trying to play doctor on your dad.
yeah, she was trying to psychologize me to my mom, claiming that I had a problem and that's why I was in this toxic relationship with my baby daddy. I mean, obviously. But the fact that she completely felt compelled for my sake to tell my mother every single thing that I'd ever told her in an effort to get me out of this relationship, which didn't work, by the way. It was just mind-blowing to me.
One class don't make you a doctor, man.
It was wild to me. And she just really, really just like did a number on me. And it was hard. And so I cut her off after that because I realized I couldn't trust her. Years later, she comes back into my life. And my dad, because she's my roommate at the time, because she didn't have a place to stay, and he saw her, didn't even know her, and he was like, look, she is not a person you can trust. I don't know much about her, but I can tell she will fuck your man if that's what it takes to get ahead. You need to get rid of her, and you need to get rid of her now. And I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to listen to him, right? Because that's just how it goes with my dad. You know, if he has a strong feeling about a person,
Usually the feeling's right.
the feeling's correct, and I'd rather not pay for it later.
Girl, this is even good. I'm not gonna get this.
Yeah.
Okay.
But then I still my lessons.
Hey, Ruffles.
Yes,
Hey,
sir.
so, because we got the Selena there, I know we got a little, if you haven't had these, you better get them, baby. Okay. You want some?
No, thank you.
Okay.
So, you're good.
Okay. I'm not getting here, I'm just being.
And then she just was, I was down. I was willing to give her another chance, and we ended up talking about what happened and everything. So now I'm dating somebody new, and of course she don't like me either. And we start getting together with another one of my friends, and they start talking hella trash about me behind my back, and I find out later. And the only reason why I find out is because they being critical, and then they start hanging out with each other instead of just not respecting me, not respecting my relationship, not even giving me any helpful feedback on my music, like just some real fucked up shit. And like I was always really consistent and really like helpful and just down to be there, like, and I wasn't getting the same thing back. Got to the point where they ended up on my block list. I blocked those bitches. Have you ever heard of Tracy Cox? No. You should follow her.
Okay.
She used to be my vocal coach here at UCLA. She was one of my instructors. But she's a fat rights activist. And she believes in, embracing that.
Embracing who you are.
Yeah.
UCLA.
Mm-hmm.
You tried to go to school there for opera,
I did.
and they told you.
They told me that I wasn't good enough.
Okay. Steal my song. Where you try to steal a song that I'm singing, I will give you the beginning of it with the words. One word. You go to the next piece.
All right.
So I'm going to use this opera song.
Challenge. You're trying to give me an
That's too much. There you go. There we go. Okay, so that was Aretha Franklin. That was easy.
I didn't even know she sang opera.
She did Pavarotti when you couldn't do it for the Grammys.
Really? Ooh, this is something to tell my ex-best friend. She would have liked to hear that.
I don't know. She watching. Hey, ex-best friend. I know you on somebody's show watching on somebody's Instagram peeking and seeing honey. So hey, girl. We're the perfect couch here talking, and we ain't talking about you. What? We not. I'm just saying, everything else. But you know, when she came up, hey girl, we gonna stop talking because we ain't got no NDAs on her. So we can talk allegedly, you know. I can talk allegedly because I'm not trying to get sued. I ain't got no so. So we gonna go ahead and sit right here. And this girl ain't talking about you, girl. Hey, girl. Amen. Because she'll be blacklist.
Yes.
But she can go on my page. Need the lawyer's call. So here we go. This is the next part, the next song. You got the idea. Y'all got the idea.
After an apology is the behavior, and if it doesn't shift, what do they say, right? You know, an apology without changed behavior is just manipulation. Right?
Come on, therapy.
So this isn't even therapy. This is just meme culture that's made it accessible for me to say things that resonate with the crowd. Yeah. If we want to get into psychology, we could talk about that later. But
Girl, your last friend. That's psychology for me. I ain't going to no therapy tonight.
You know, it's important to, you know, you asked me earlier today, you know, what are some things that I consider important in my life, and one of them is definitely personal development. You know, if we're not here on this earth to be better people, what the fuck are we here for? You know, especially if we plan to have children and create a legacy, like who are we going to be and how are we going to change this world so that we leave a legacy that's going to be better for the children that we're raising in this culture. So cancel culture is harsh. Is really, really harsh because it doesn't take into account that we're all humans making mistakes, and the more multi-dimensional, multi-level, and successful and sophisticated humans are just people failing forward until they reach a point where they know enough to be revered.
Hey!
That's it? That's all you're giving me?
The first was easy. You got the idea. I want to make sure it was clear. She said it was clear. You saw it.
Really? Hey? You know what I have? The only thing that I have right now for that? Must be the devil between us or whores in my bed. The Pixies.
Girl, see, I was going with it. Hey now, what's the sound? Everybody
Yeah, I was doing that.
Girl, I was on some, girl.
You know I like rock music.
Don't make
Oh, fuck. Really, Cal? I have no idea what that is. Don't make. Yeah, I don't know what that is, bro. You're gonna have to school me on that shit. I can't steal that for nothing.
what you hear when you say what you hear. You're on the couch having a conversation. You want some help?
Yeah, I do. You got a motherfucking lifeline, Cal.
Don't make me
I still don't know, Cal.
close
You better sing the whole damn thing, Cal.
one more door.
See?
I wanna hurt
This is exactly what I didn't know. That's not in the key. Don't make me close one more door. I don't wanna hurt anymore. Stay in my arms if you're there. Or must I imagine you there? Don't walk away from me. No, I have nothing, nothing, nothing. If I don't have you.
Don't make me laugh.
You know I know that song, Cal.
I gave you the first 2 words. You gotta go with whatever song you can get your head. It's for your son. It goes. You ain't get Whitney. You ain't even tried.
Oh,
You should try.
how could I have known? Man, that's like one of my favorite songs ever. Ever.
And it's how many songs start like that?
Well, how was I supposed to know that it was the middle of the song? You really pulled the rug under me with that one, Cal. Damn.
Let's try one more again.
I'm gonna fail.
You know what?
Let's see.
How? Now that's right, Key. How will?
How will I know? How will I know?
Right.
How will I know?
Is it right, Key? Yeah. Okay, I'm like, see, I always sing Whitney in my key. I don't sing Whitney, but since you said the key, I'm trying to figure out the nine. Because I can't, I be up there singing Whitney like, how will I know if she really loves me?
You know, I just recently learned that song. It was not on my radar for the longest. Only because I had to learn it for a gig. That was not something I was listening to. We clearly need to listen to music together.
My last question. What mark do you want to leave on this earth? And people always ask, how's life treating you, but how are you treating life?
Alright. The mark that I want to leave on this earth, I just want my music to help people become more unconditionally loving and open-minded and accepting. Yeah, I want to awaken people to like the essence of their divinity with my music, as opposed to just being humans, really helping them feel that there's so much more. And I feel like music can help us reach that level of just inspiration and introspection. So that's the legacy I want to leave. Music that people can really feel from their souls. How have I been treating life? Oh man, I'm just an overall kind human being, I believe. I believe that I give the world a lot of love. A lot of love, a lot of support, a lot of kindness, a lot of compassion. That's my rule. Just be good to people. And you do things right. right, and the right things will come to you, and just stay in alignment with practicing just that and being an example of that.
So, if you all don't know, if you can't hear, what we're listening to right now is Rain's single, Mesmerized. So it's a very chill single. The video is really dope. It's a very visual, it's not a full video, it's a visual video that gives you the album art, and a gorgeous, gorgeous dress and look. So,
You gotta see that dress in person.
I know, I love it. It has all these, you all need to see it. And so we're gonna listen to this as we chill
What you think about it?
and eat these chips. Have you seen this live yet?
Yesterday, actually. That was the first. Actually, no. The first time I sang this show live, this song live was Saturday. So I sang it Saturday with my band at Decade, which was really dope. It was really dope to have like a band version of this song. My keys player, my drummer, my bass player, they're just so on point. So they gave it a lot of flavor. And then yesterday I sang it to the instrumental, and I feel like I performed it better because this song is designed to be performed. It just flows, you know? Kind of minimalist. And also I'm just like really attached to this song. That's from a personal, it's a song that marks a turning point in my life.
What's the turning point?
Well, this song is about pursuing romance. Choosing whether or not to pursue romance with somebody.
Does Rain want to rain down love?
All the time. So yeah, it was about that. It was about choosing whether to be an admirer of somebody and to be a lover of somebody. Mesmerized is currently available for listening. If you guys want to check it out on YouTube, by Rainby Sue, Rainbisou. It's on the Let's Experiment channel, which is where my new singles will be posted. And if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, it's Rainby Sue, Twitter, pretty much all around. I've got a couple more singles that I released this year. If you guys want to check them out, we've got a music video called Ghost. We've got another single called Blocklist. But yeah, be sure to follow and subscribe, and thank you for having me.
Thank you, Rain.
I
love
love
you.
you. I love you too.
Thank you guys for watching, and we have commercial breaks that are coming up soon. So make sure you stay tuned. Thank you.
You ready?
Okay. That was intense. Hi guys, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching tonight. I think it was an amazing show. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please make sure you comment, like, and subscribe and share. And thank you so much, Kevin. I appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Jason? How you doing? Thank you so much once again. The show has come to a conclusion, so I hope that you all were able to come together, hear the great women's stories, because it was totally about the girls tonight. All about the ladies. It was ladies' night, and the vibe was right. That's all I'm doing. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have an amazing evening, and look forward to seeing you guys next Thursday. We air every Thursday at 7 Central, 7 p.m. my time in LA, 9 p.m. Central your time. Thank you guys and have a great night.